It is cold, and I've been busy chopping wood. It's -10. It's frosty. It's foggy. But the thing that's been keeping me warm? Fahrenheit. Ooh, by Christian Dior. Oh, it's a man's smell. It really is. It is far too cold to talk in detail here. So let's go inside. I need to make a fire, get some warmth on, and we can go into a little bit more detail. What an incredible setting. Can you see this fireplace? My wife's being very studious and working at the kitchen table as well. Oh, it's loud, it's brash, it's abrasive, it's petrol, tar, woody. It reminds me, it just feels like I'm outside in the forest and I'm chopping down a tree with a chainsaw. It's got that engine feel, or I'm working as a mechanic on the bottom of my Ford Transit. Fahrenheit is a very complex breakdown. It's got loads of notes going on there, but it's so much more than its individual parts. It's not a uniform, singular note perfume. It's complex, it's a beast. We'll try and pull out some of those notes later on, but for the time being, let's just talk about how it makes me feel. It is so unique, it is so loud, it screams at the top of its lungs. I am here, I have come into the room. Smell me. That's what Fahrenheit is. It's a real statement. And oh, what a beautiful statement it is. When somebody else smells this on you, it's not like other fragrances. You're saying to them, I am unique, I am different, I have a sensibility about me, and I'm not afraid to put it into the forefront. It is polarizing. Some people love it, some people hate it. I saw Carly Fragrance gave it a bit of a terrible write-up in one of her recent videos, but I think it's a 10 out of 10. My wife thinks it's a 10 out of 10. It's a gorgeous fragrance. She loves it on me, I love it on me, but maybe we just like the stronger things in life. I mean, here we are in a cabin in the middle of the woods with a roaring fire. The bottle is nice and simple. It's a pretty obvious design. Fahrenheit, it's the shape of a candle flame. It burns from a light orange up to a dark black. So it really is fire, 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 fire. And I can't think of a better place to be sat next to whilst I talk about it. So who is this fragrance for? Well, don't believe what people tell you. It's for everyone. If you like the smell of it, then go ahead and wear it. You don't have to be plus 40 years old to get something out of this. It's a gorgeous fragrance, and worn on the right person, it can command attention and can really become a beautiful signature scent. Now there is the perfume version, which is very much dialed down in the petrol and animalic. It's a little bit more easy wearing, but it's not as daring, it's not as fun, it's not as in your face with a baseball bat. Stick with the EDT, stick with the original. It's where it's at. I think it's time we actually got this to our nose and really did some note discovery. Oh, it is the next day. I only get limited time to film these videos. Very busy in the cottage hut life. So we'll be going on to note discovering. It's a busy note breakdown. So I've got a few raw materials here with me. I don't have them all. If you knew how far it was from the car up to the cottage, you'd realize why I haven't taken everything up the hill. So let's see what notes we can pull out of this fragrance and discover. Oh, lovely. Okay, so I've got a spray here about 20-30 minutes ago. I'll get a fresh one. Lovely. So I think I want to start with the top notes, because it's a very green fragrance. Although Fahrenheit suggests fiery and, you know, earthy and leathery, it's actually quite a toppy fragrance, and it's quite light. And I think that's because of the citruses that are coming through, especially in the opening. Yeah, the difference between those, that opening is huge. But bergamot is such a good raw material. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. That's coming through really clearly, the bergamot. I think there may be more lemon in it actually, or a combination of the bergamot and lemon. That's what's giving it this amazingly zesty, effervescent greenness. But the greenness would be a combination of the violet leaf and using the citruses to really bolster the violet leaf and bring it to the forefront, which gives it that green freshness before you come into the petrol dry down, where it becomes really quite more to the name of Fahrenheit. There's actually a lavender farm here just outside. Well, it's a patch of lavender, but it's a really quite a big patch. And we got married in this cottage a few years ago, and the butterflies were just all over the lavender, and the entire area just smelled of the most beautiful fresh lavender as the summer sun was beating down on it. Oh, such a glorious memory. Yeah, I always explain it's like a spectrum, and you have Fahrenheit, the perfume, on the entire spectrum. And as soon as you smell a raw material, a little bit of the waveform just jumps up, and you can pull out exactly where it sits. Because the lavender is definitely more in the dry down, and there's a lot of lavender in this. There is a lot of lavender. Now I want to come into the spices, because the nutmeg leaf and nutmeg in the mids. So I have nutmeg. I don't have nutmeg leaf, unfortunately, but I'll get a good. Actually, mandarin, the orange, because I can't smell any orange in this, but it may be just rounding out the citruses, because lemon and bergamot are very sharp citruses. So the mandarin may just be that more rounded softener. So I'm not picking up mandarin as much as the other citruses, which is a shame. I love orange openings, especially the Terre de Homais. God, that's a good fragrance. But anyway, Fahrenheit we are on. So what was I saying? The spice, let's go to the nutmeg. Nutmeg is one of my all-time favorite raw materials. I have a real soft spot for it, mainly because every single morning I wake up and I eat my homemade granola, which is just full of nutmeg, and it's a real homely scent to me. And the nutmeg essential oil is just as good. It's better, it's more pungent, it's more stronger, it's more concentrated. Yes. Now I'm understanding where it goes from the tops into the mid, and it becomes a little bit more fiery, a little bit more petrol, more gasoline. I think the nutmeg is doing a lot of that work. Yeah, nutmeg is so good. I had no idea it could be used in this kind of way. I've always just used it as a kind of kicker, as a spice. But as a fiery note with the cedar wood, that's gorgeous. I think that's working with the cedar wood as we go down. Now there's also chamomile going back up to the top. Now chamomile is an interesting one. I'm not a massive fan of the scent profile itself. See, chamomile is giving it a cleanliness, and it's giving it that greenness and the floral. I just want to get all these raw materials and start getting them into a beaker and start experimenting to see if I can try and replicate this, because I love the dry down. I love the way it goes into this fiery tar, diesel, petrol, gasoline. How many ways can you say petrol? It's so good, it's so clever, it's so clever. Right, now I'm missing a large section of the mids, but I do have a lot of the bases here. Vetiver, jasmine, sandalwood, patchouli. Sandalwood's in the mids, so let's have a wee gander of that. Sandalwood is the king of woods. It really is. It's a more expensive material than cedar wood, and it's sweet, it's woody, it's like candy floss wood. It's just, and it's real soft, and it's so complex in its scent profile. A lot of raw materials, when you smell them, they're very linear, they're very much, this is the note and the color, and it's just, that's it. And then you start mixing them to make accords. Sandalwood is so unique because it's it's already a perfume. It's already so complex in its smell profile. It has a top, it has a mid, and it has a base. God, that's good. Yes. Yes, actually, a lot of sandalwood there. Now, I think it will be a aroma chemical, Sandella or Sandalore, not actual sandalwood. It's prohibitively expensive. That really smells in there. So I've got to get onto some cedar wood now. Here we are. Oh, I love cedar wood. It's just a pokey wood. Really in your face. Now that's been definitely used for getting that projection and the longevity in there. It's a real heavy, dense molecule. Oh, lovely, lovely. I'm still getting these citruses coming through, even in the dry down. I just get such a new appreciation for these masterpieces whenever I do this, because it's wonderful smelling a fragrance and, you know, appreciating it and wearing it. But to really appreciate it as an art form is to really analyze and understand the processes behind it. You can appreciate film and fine art, of course, but to really appreciate it is to understand the cinematography, the narrative of the story and the arc of the characters through, and really kind of dig down to it. Just watching the film and, you know, enjoying it is a little bit of a shallow experience. You know, if you really want to get into films and, you know, appreciate them, then you want to kind of dig a little bit deeper. That's my opinion, and my opinion only, of course. I'm sure a lot of other people would think this is just overkill and a little bit ridiculous, but each to their own. Where was I? I was going on to patchouli. It's just always hippie juice. I can never get over it. Never get away from the hippie juice. So gorgeous, and the patchouli is doing a lot. Moving on to the vetiver, my favorite, the king of my collection. Oh, it's so earthy. It's so earthy. It's like a potato field. Ah. It's just rooting it. It's absolutely rooting the entire fragrance. With the amber notes in there as well. I don't have any amber. I mean, it's not an actual material amber, it's an accord. But the vetiver is grounding everything. The sandalwood and the cedar are being built off it. Oh, and it feels like it's been built from the base up rather than the top down. They've got this gorgeous tar wood scent, and then they've brought in the top to really project it and complement it. Jasmine, they have listed as well. That's in the mids. Sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit here. It's just kind of almost what's taking my fancy at the time. Jasmine, I've said this before, if you don't have or you've never smelled jasmine, get online and buy some jasmine absolute. It's a little bit expensive, but my God, it is a perfumer's best friend. It is such an incredible scent profile. There are a couple of kings in the collection. Sandalwood, jasmine, you know, cedarwood. They're just so good. They're so good. Bergamot. But I think it gives it the real roundness, and that's what jasmine does. It gives it a full floral, a full body floral effect. I mean, it's so hard to get it wrong when you're using good materials like jasmine. God, that's good. But then when you get a masterpiece that uses great materials, just brings it to a new level. Okay, so I think I have exhausted my raw materials here. I better get them back away from the fire, because this is not where you want to store your raw materials in any kind of hot environment, so they can go back into the cupboard. What a great journey through the Fahrenheit from the tops to the mids to the bases. It's been an absolute joy to make this one. This cabin is just incredible. The winter outside is in full force. I'm looking out the window and I can still see that fog rolling in. It's been 2 days that we haven't been able to see much as the freezing air has been rolling in. I'm gonna keep myself warm by this fire for the rest of the day. I'm gonna enjoy my time with my wife and my little boy. Of course, if you've enjoyed this content, then please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps motivate me to keep on making these videos. My name is Will Wolbioff, and I will see you on the next one.